It was a bright Monday morning in the city of New York. The billionaire businessman Mr. Adrian Cole sat in his glass-walled office on the 50th floor, sipping his expensive coffee and scrolling through his tablet. Everyone in the company feared him, not because he was cruel, but because of his arrogance. He believed that money could buy anything, and anyone. That day, Adrian was in a playful yet proud mood. His assistant had just introduced him to a new maid, a shy young woman named Lena, who had recently migrated from another country. She was quiet, polite, and spoke very little English. The staff whispered that she was working hard to send money back home to her younger siblings. Adrian noticed her one morning cleaning near his desk. He smirked and said loudly, "You can't even understand what I'm saying, can you?" Lena looked up, smiled softly, and said, "A little, sir. I'm learning." Adrian chuckled arrogantly. "Tell you what," he said, picking up a paper full of complex business notes written in a foreign language. "If you can translate this document for me, correctly, I'll give you my 1-month salary." Everyone in the office froze. His monthly salary was over $100,000. The staff laughed, whispering, "She won't even understand a word." But Lena just nodded quietly. "Okay, sir," she said. "I'll try." Adrian leaned back in his chair, amused. "Go ahead, surprise me." Lena took the document home that evening. She lived in a small rented room in the city suburbs, the kind of place where every corner reminded her of her struggle. She opened the paper and smiled. It was written in Italian, a language she knew fluently. What Adrian didn't know was that Lena was once a university linguistics student back in her country. But when her father fell sick, she dropped out and moved abroad to earn money. She stayed up late that night, translating the entire document perfectly. It wasn't just a random piece of paper. It was an important business proposal Adrian had received from an Italian client. The translation needed to be precise and professional, and Lena's version was flawless. As she worked, she whispered to herself, "Let him see what a maid can do." The next morning, she returned to the mansion and politely placed the translated file on Adrian's desk. "Here it is, sir," she said. Adrian laughed. "That was fast. Let's see how bad it is." He opened the document casually, but within seconds his smile disappeared. Line by line, he realized the translation wasn't just good, it was perfect. Every sentence carried the exact tone, professionalism, and flow of a native expert. He looked up, stunned. "You did this?" "Yes, sir," Lena replied, her voice calm but confident. "I studied languages before working here." The entire office was silent. The same people who had laughed yesterday were now speechless. Adrian couldn't believe what he'd just read. He immediately called his Italian client to confirm the accuracy. The client praised the translation and said, "This is the best translation I've ever seen, Mr. Cole. If your translator works for you, keep them forever." Adrian turned toward Lena, his expression changing from arrogance to admiration. For the first time, the proud millionaire was at a loss for words. He cleared his throat and said, "I made a promise. My 1-month salary. I'll have the check prepared today." Lena looked surprised. "Sir, I didn't do it for the money. I just wanted to prove that knowledge has no uniform." Her words hit him harder than any insult could. That night, Adrian couldn't stop thinking about her sentence. Knowledge has no uniform. He realized how often he had judged people by their clothes, jobs, or accents. But this maid, this humble young woman, had done what his entire team of professionals couldn't. The next day, Adrian called Lena into his office again. She came in nervously, unsure if she had done something wrong. But instead of anger, Adrian's tone was warm and respectful. "Lena," he said, "I've been thinking. You have a rare talent. I want to offer you a full-time position in my company, as a translator and cultural consultant. You'll earn a proper salary, benefits, and a fresh start." Lena's eyes widened with disbelief. "Me? But I'm just—" He stopped her. "You're not just anything. You're the person who reminded me that talent can come from anywhere." Tears filled her eyes as she whispered, "Thank you, sir." He smiled. "No, thank you, for teaching me a lesson I'll never forget." Months passed. Lena excelled in her new role, helping Adrian's company expand into new countries with her linguistic and cultural skills. The business grew rapidly, and Adrian often told her, "You're my company's secret weapon." One afternoon, while preparing for a major international conference, Lena gasped, "Sir, I can't take this." Adrian replied, "You earned it the moment you showed me who you really are." The moral of the story spread like wildfire among his staff, and later across the internet when people learned about it. Never underestimate someone just because of their job. Everyone you meet knows something you don't. Final message for viewers. So the next time you think someone is just a maid, just a worker, or just a nobody, remember Lena, the woman who changed a millionaire's mindset with nothing but her quiet confidence and intelligence. Because in the end, respect costs nothing, but it can change everything. One afternoon, while preparing for a major international conference, Adrian walked up to her with a grin and said,